Hey everybody, welcome to Rectum. Today's episode, what I want to talk to you about is the Ernie Music Man JP15. This is the John Petrucci, not this guitar, this is a Charvel. The Music Man JP15 commemorates the 15th anniversary between John Petrucci, guitar virtuoso, Dream Theater, unbelievable guitar player, and Music Man. So I bought the guitar. I wanted one, and finally I just said, you know what, I'm gonna buy one. And I did. And I played it. And it was a quilted maple top. It was just beautiful. The frets, the work on the frets, perfect, flawless. It felt great. The caramelized or burnt or whatever maple neck that they wanted to call it. I forgot what they called it. There's a couple companies that do this now. The Charvel, just bear with me, that's the reason why this guitar is here. The Charvel did it as well. There was one glaring problem with the Music Man. And I picked it up. The Music Man is gone. This guitar, by the way, I couldn't get rid of it fast enough. I'm going to tell you the story behind this. I don't have it in my hand to show you because the deal came up to get rid of the guitar and it went out the door before I had a chance to do the video. So anyway, in playing it, I'm noticing that my fingers were slipping off of the E was coming off of the fretboard. Really easy, just popping off of there as I played. And I took a closer look at the neck and I noticed that between the G and the B, it appeared off. The fret markers, the shields, were under the G, and there was a big space, and there was nothing under the E, D, G, B string. Of course, that's standard tuning. And if you look here, if we can focus, the fret markers show up perfectly in between the strings. On the Music Man, the neck was cockeyed. So it made my high E really close to the edge of the fretboard, and it made the low E hanging a little bit more fret for it. And the markers didn't show up perfectly in between the strings for the length of the neck. They were cockeyed. They were under this string, under this G. And it drove me crazy. So I wrote to them. And their customer service is fantastic. I got to tell you, the customer service they were back to me immediately. They responded right away. What they responded with was, send some pictures. I sent pictures. They said, yes, that happens during shipping. So I said, well, I own lots of Stratocasters, and I've with bolt-on necks, 4 bolts, not 5, not the 5 that the Music Man does. I've owned these guitars with bolt-on necks, and I looked at them, and none of them had this problem. Just the $3,500 Ernie Music Man JP15. That's the one that had the problem. That's the one that had the problem. So, excuse me, just before I sat down I started sneezing like crazy. There's some allergies are just kicking up. It's springtime, it's looking beautiful out here in the desert southwest, and I get a little allergies. So anyway, I sent the pictures. They said yes, the neck has shifted during shipping. Here's a video on how to fix it. What the video shows is to take the 5 screws. Again, this is my Charvel, not the Music Man. I'm going to tell you why I'm using the Charvel. Loosen the screws, then you put the thing down and you kind of get it in your hands so you can reef on the neck and get that into position, and then tighten the bolts. What? I got to do this to a $3,500 guitar. Really? I got to do that. I said, I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that, and they sent me a shipping label. The customer service was second to none. They were so good and they were so fast. They sent me a shipping label. I had to go find a box, And Guitar Center used to always have boxes. You go in there, I need a guitar box to ship a guitar. They give you a box. Well, they don't now, apparently. A guy on Craigslist has a, here in Tucson, had a shop of the storage unit full of boxes. So I don't know if he's going and scarfing up all the boxes and then selling them, but they were $10. And he went and he helped me out, packaging it, bubble wrapping it, and then he gave me another box to put a box inside of a box to make sure it was going to be shipped perfect. That was the best. But anyway, I bought the boxes, I went, I shipped the guitar, they sent it back to me rather fast. Turnaround was much faster. This has been gone for a month. It wasn't gone for a month. They sent it back to me. They had to work on the nut and realign the neck, and it still wasn't perfect. I literally have had made in Mexico Stratocasters at $500 that didn't have this problem. This is a Charvel Pro Mod DK24, I think is what it's called. They have this weird name. These MSRP is $1,300 and something. They retail at $1,000. Does not have that problem. 24 frets. This guitar is really cool. The Music Man had the problem, so I couldn't fix it, and it drove me nuts. And my finger popping off of that high E string, rolling off of the fingerboard. It was just on the fingerboard by a couple of millimeters. I listed it on Craigslist. No buy, no buy, no buy. You lose when you buy this guitar. You lose $1,500 when you walk out the door. It depreciates immediately. It's one of the fastest depreciating guitars, in my opinion, that I've ever seen. I can't find a buyer. Nobody really is that serious, or there's a lot of tire kickers, blah, blah, blah. But this guitar came up, and I contacted the guy. Maybe you're not interested in any trades, but I have a Music Man JP15 I'm willing to trade you for your guitar plus cash. And we negotiated and blah, blah, blah. Eventually, we came up with, I got this and $1,000 in cash for my Music Man. Well, that's funny. It seems like I got taken. If you do the eBay sales and you look at how much my guitar went for, I think the max was $2,200 used. Minus your eBay fees, minus your PayPal fees, minus shipping costs. If you try to calculate that and try to be pretty accurate. And I don't want to rip people off with shipping and have them say I'm not going to buy the guitar because I'm going to make a great deal on the guitar, but it's going to cost me a lot to ship it. So I try to err on the side of maybe I'll lose $5 or $10 in shipping, but you got to buy all that stuff. And it would have resulted in me having $1,800, $1,700 maybe, after all the fees were paid for. So I got this guitar, this Charvel, and $1,000. So I'm happy he got a guitar, and I told him, I said, hey, here's the deal with this guitar. It's already gone off. I've already shipped it. I've already talked to Music Man. If you want to see the emails, the discussion that we've had, you can, but here's the thing. He said, whatever. I've always wanted one of these, and now I can have one, and I'm not going to be too worried about it. So the guitar sounded great. The pickups, they were pretty nice. They weren't too fat for humbuckers. You could get some pretty cool single coil tones out of them. And it had the piezo pickup selector. It was at the top. It sounded like an Ovation 80s kind of piezo pickup guitar. It sounded great. The sounds were fantastic out of it. The neck and the playability was just horrible. The neck felt great, and if it were straight, it would have been a great guitar. I'd still have it to this day. So I have this guitar, and let me tell you, this thing is unreal. This 5-position selector, every position has a usable tone. This tone knob has a little detent, so when you hit it at 10, you gotta kind of get it out of that little position. And the reason I'm telling you about this guitar is if you've got the money and you're going out to get a new guitar and you would like the JP15, this right here, I'm getting better tones out of it. I got the whammy bar. You do some dive bombs, have some fun with the whammy bar. Locking tuners. You pick these up at $1,000. So buy one of these. I'm super happy with the trade that I made. And that's it. That's my experience with the Misaligned JP15. And the company did a great job. I watched a video with Sterling Ball, who is heading off. I think he's the owner now of Misaligned. It's the Ball family. It's a family-owned company. In the video, he says, we don't sell factory seconds. We don't want in a nutshell, it's not a direct quote, we don't want the consumer to be our quality control department. Well, I got a bad guitar. So why am I the quality control department, Misaligned? Anyway, if they're all perfect and they all come out perfect and the end user is not the quality control department, well, maybe one slipped through the cracks. Maybe 1 out of 10,000 slipped through the cracks. What are the odds that I'm going to get that one? 1 out of 10,000. That's the odds. I should play the lottery and win. And then I'll go to a Misaligned factory store or whatever and look at all the guitars and find one that I want to play that I like. I did like the guitar, it did sound good. And the fretwork, the stainless steel frets on it were unbelievably perfect. Never felt fretwork that good. However, the neck to body was cockeyed and unfixable. So, thank you for watching. Let's give a little click to the subscribe button. Give a thumbs up if you like. If you don't like, still give a thumbs up. It's karma. You feel good after doing good. Try it. And I'll see you later. We'll do another video. Thanks for watching. This has been Rectum. Bye-bye.